And playing him for an entire 48 minutes is a workout. I mean, you're going to feel it in your whole body the next day.
That's fair. So how do you prepare for that sort of mental and physical challenge?
Well, the physical part, that's all work in the gym. Mentally, it's about staying focused, and one thing that helps me with my concentration is cognitive vibe. When I need a great night's sleep for mental clarity, and that's exactly what cognitive vibe delivers, I depend on this product. Can't go wrong with it. Get a cognitive vibe.
You good, MP?
Snowboard Australia and again Brisbane. Oh, that's where a couple of those California kids went to, right? Good memory. I actually put our jerseys up in the gym tonight. Pretty cool stuff. We worked early on them too. Well, I'm off to Belgium. I got a 7-footer there with all kinds of comparisons that I won't even mention here.
And midway through the season, is this the point in the schedule where players start to feel some fatigue set in?
Oh, yeah. The adrenaline of the beginning of the year has worn off at this point. Everybody is feeling it. This is when you're counting on that preseason conditioning to get you through the rigors of a very long season.
Rest and recovery, most important thing this time of year.
No substitutes for those.
Well, MP has made it clear that scoring is an emphasis for him right now. He's looking to be more assertive offensively.
Well, MP set a rather large goal for himself to outscore everyone on the opposing team. While MP certainly is talented enough to do so, that sure is a lofty goal, and he's been very vocal about it. Now, the media can get all over you when you set goals that big, but he's struggled a bit trying to deliver on that promise. We'll see if he steps up tonight.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. Maxey and Edgecombe man the backcourt. Then it's Marvin Bagley. Then there's Kelly Oubre. And it's Meeks in at the 4 slot. And now let's check in with Allie to see what she has on MP for us. Take it away, Allie.
Well, I spoke to MP before the game. He told me he was very aware of the defensive challenge in front of him, but feels like these are the types of games that bring out the best in him, saying he's focused on turning in a dominant scoring performance. Guys, he sounded confident.
Well, he's going at him. That's his mentality. Thank you. And there it is for him. A little over a minute and a half into this first quarter. Here's Sura. Maxey covering. Brooklyn, no good that time either.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
If he can just make a couple of buckets, though, this can all be put in his rearview mirror.
Now here's Oubre. Against Toronto, he was really on his game. Back to Maxey. Just 5 to shoot. Gets the 3 to fall.
Yeah, it's big for Tyrese Maxey's confidence when he's connecting from that deep because he is a volume shooter from the three-point line.
How about the motor of Tyrese Maxey, Tim? He just does not quit ever.
He's one of those guys who tracks the most miles run during games. Maxey probably wears out his shoes faster than anyone. Sharp turns, hard cuts. He's always on the move.
Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
And this is why Maxey is so dangerous in pick-and-roll action. He is a dual threat to score or deliver.
To the middle. It's stolen by Maxey. Outside Oubre. Here's Meeks. Antetokounmpo covering. It's deflected. And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. Outside Maxey. Off target from outside.
Great job on the closeout and taking away space against a good shooter.
Sura with the bucket. We are all still talking MP's triple-double, Grant. A 60-20-10 game. My goodness.
Oh, as if 60 points isn't enough. MP adding in those 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Come on, BA. That's just not fair.
And it's Maxey missing.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Sura with the bucket.
You want to run your offense through him, a reliable scoring option.
Now here's Maxey. Not a lot of room. Meeks can't get it to go. The Nets have gone fourth in shooting the rock in this first quarter. Here's Sura. Maxey covering. They now take the lead. Sura's got 6 points.
And as you can see, that shot is well within his wheelhouse.
Pass to Edgecombe. Back to Maxey. Yep, count it. Maxey's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
Screen by Antetokounmpo. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
That's great use of the bounce pass in that situation to make sure the ball got there.
And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. They trail by 1. Bagley sets a screen to the inside. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
This game has been like a seesaw. Both teams going back and forth at one another.
We see this in the NBA all the time. It is very difficult to keep a lead in this league.
To the paint. Here's Maxey. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. He's got 7.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Here's Sura. Powell passes to Sura. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Maxey. Sura. Rebound by Philadelphia.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
And we just got Sean Gerania on the line. Sean, I understand there's some big NBA news. Can you fill us in?
Hey, Brian. As the trade deadline gets closer, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers front office making things happen. They're very excited to bring in a talent like Domantas Sabonis. Obviously, a double-double machine, but his play creation is really what sets him apart. One of the best passing bigs in league history. He can truly be a hub for their entire offense.
All right, Shams, thank you. Much appreciated. Outside Maxey. Deflects the pass. Powell with it. Guarded now by Maxey. Here's Sura. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
The Sixers trailing. Outside Oubre. Pass to Edgecombe. Nembhard outside. Here's Edgecombe. Shot clock at 6. And here's Maxey outside. Rebound Brooklyn. Sura's got 4 rebounds now. Down low. Shot's good by Antetokounmpo. And now a 3-point Brooklyn lead.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
Back to Nembhard. Out to Oubre. Nembhard outside. The 3. Antetokounmpo grabs the board. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound in this one.
So far, rebounding has been a focal point for them.
Here's Sura. And there's another one for the Nets.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys. And the 76ers will have a different look here. And for an idea of how the league is shaping up right now, Take a look at these latest power rankings. Taking a look at the 76ers, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Seeing where the Nets are, they're in the #1 slot right now. Still half the season left, but there's nowhere else they'd rather be.
Brooklyn leading by 5. To the left wing. Damn, no good. Trying to use the glass.
Yeah, they're winning despite his offensive performance. He just hasn't been sharp from the field.
They set the screen inside. Here's Fisher. They still need this. And it's good on the lay-in.
What a pass right there. Coaches love seeing guys making it easy for their teammates.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks, guys. Well, Miracle Man in the last time out against the Heat got the job done. He ended up with 44 points, and he registered a triple-double, showing off all of his skills. He was a force of nature in that game. He made the opposition look utterly helpless.
All right, Allie, thanks for the update. Impressive ability to carry his team to victory, Grant.
Well, B.A., I was really impressed. They wouldn't have won the game if it wasn't for his attacking mindset and will to win.
Well, he really lit it up. Maybe we'll see a repeat performance tonight.
So both teams making some changes here. The Nets with the lead. There's a screen. To the inside. Iguodala. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
51 seconds left in the first quarter.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. Well, that's a fantastic view there from the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Sura. 10 points for him. To the paint. Here's Toure. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Nembhard, the pass to Green. And here's McCain. Pass to Nembhard. Philadelphia needs to get off a shot. Here's Sura. Last game out, he had 44. Just 3 on the clock. And again, it's Brooklyn. Well, offense is the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Nets out in front, up by 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Brooklyn.
Well, it's all fast break points. Those easy buckets, they're so hard to come by in the NBA. So if you get a chance to run, you have to take advantage of it.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
Taking a look at the 76ers. Edgecombe and McClain make up the Then it's Jake LaRavia. Then there's Andrew Nimhart. And it's Fisher in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Sura. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. It's on Jake LaRavia.
Well, that was clearly a foul.
All right, Legs, when it comes to rim protection, other than Victor Wembanyama, who's at the top of your list?
Well, certainly his fellow countryman Rudy Gobert would be up there, but I also like guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. and Evan Mobley because I like guys who combine shot blocking with mobility on the perimeter.
Such an influx of great talent with size in the NBA right now.
Great list of young guys who can do both.
Philadelphia shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. Nimhart hits them both. And the Nets with possession here. It's a 5-point game. Last time they met was right here, and they were able to come out with a win.
And they came away with the win because everyone contributed. The starters, the bench, they all played as a unit.
And it means they will go deep into their bench again. It worked in the last matchup. Might as well spread more minutes around.
Here's Nimhart following the bucket by the Nets. Here's Edgecombe. And he drops it in from the low post. Edgecombe's got 6 points.
Very difficult to stop team play when the ball's moving. Excellent find with the pass to create that scoring opportunity.
Here's Sura. 16 points for him. The layup misses. 76ers trail by 5. LaRavia passes to Nimhart. Outside McCain. Pass to LaRavia. And the ball out of play. The Nets will have it. And some of the best high flyers in the NBA. Some of this year's contenders for the dunk contest.
And when you look at the names on that list, you just know that contest has a chance to be special.
If he can keep raking in the votes and hold on to his number 4 spot, he'll make the cut for the contest for sure.
And I see no reason why he shouldn't. And frankly, I think he's got a pretty good shot at wowing the judges in winning the whole thing.
And there you have it. This year's dunk contest field looks incredible. We'll keep you up to date with voting.
That is always a highlight of All-Star Weekend. Watching guys just fly through the air. And I enjoy watching all of the guys on that list slam it home.
And Brooklyn with possession here. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Here's Sura. He's guarded by Nimhart. And it's Sura missing.
And you see the frustration on his face. He had a great opportunity there, and he blew it.
Pass to Edgecombe. Here's Fisher. Shot clock at 5. LaRavia with a screen. No good. That would have tied it. Brooklyn leading by 3. And Legs, you look at Jared McCain, an NBA frame and a sharpshooter.
And floor spacing is so important in this league right now. So if you can knock down shots and just hold your own in other areas, a coaching staff is going to find time for you.
Burst onto the scene. Now he's a household name.
Absolutely.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Brooklyn making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Maxey, he's checked in for the Sixers. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Fisher, that's good.
And I like the fact they didn't settle there. They worked for a higher percentage shot.
Throws it up high. Throw it down on the lob.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Here's Edgecombe. After the basket by Brooklyn. A nice shot by McCain.
Well, McCain's confidence right now is off the charts. You saw how ready he was to fire that as soon as he touched it.
Sura, pass to Antetokounmpo. Good ball movement here by Brooklyn. Here's Sura. He's got 18. Kept alive. Pass to Suraf. Takes the three. Drains the triple. Suraf's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's McCain. He's guarded closely. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Timmy, look at some of the elite defenses over the years. What sets a great defense apart from the rest?
Well, 3 main things: personnel, scheme, and effort. But also BA, switchability in the modern game is a huge part, as well as communication.
We think about defense as one-on-one, mano-a-mano. It's so much more than that, though.
It's 5 guys on a string that continues to make plays offensively, having a very efficient quarter.
And he lobs it up top. Antetokounmpo with the block.
Gotta love how they've been crashing the boards, fighting hard for every miss. Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Now here's Maxey. 23 points for him last game against Toronto. Pass to Edgecombe. To the middle. Here's Arabia, and he goes in for the dunk.
Now, BA, you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Here's Sura. He's got 22. Here's Suraf. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Edgecombe. Well, the defender's stopping the developing fast break. That looks like a transition take foul.
And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
Philadelphia shooting their 7th free throw attempt here.
Well, look, you can't overstate what having an upbeat personality does for a team. It's infectious. Jared McCain is hungry to make an impact for this team, and he rarely gets discouraged. I love that.
And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Tyrese Maxey, a late first-round pick back in 2020. He's become an all-star. He said, quote, "I've always had that chip with me from day one. I had to earn everything I got from a basketball perspective and make a name for myself. I try hard to foresee and envision this." Guys?
The drive for greatness. All right, Allie, appreciate the report. Bagley for 3, and it's Sura with a rebound. Sura's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Powell. Here's Sura. 25 points in the game. Claxton passes to Sura. 5 on the clock. 11 feet out, and it comes off the front of the rim.
That is a missed opportunity. He'd love to have that one back.
Now Maxey, back to McCain. Tries a 10-footer. Philadelphia with another miss.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Well, the defense was solid, but usually I expect him to make that layup.
Knocks it down from distance.
Yeah, he is shooting in rhythm right now. He's become a major threat in this league, and right now shooting with tremendous confidence off the dribble.
Sure. And that one is stuffed right through.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Now here's Oubre. He's scoreless. Maxey surveys. Outside McCain. And the 3 off target.
And his struggles have been apparent. Unable to make an impact scoring the ball.
Sura. Pass to Claxton. Here's Sura. Uncovered. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. And it's an 8-point Nets lead.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
Back to McCain for 3. Now pulls it in.
Well, I love the confidence. Keep shooting it. Eventually, he's got to start making some, right?
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Now here's McCain. He has 6. Outside Maxey. Left side Oubre. The 3. Claxton with a rebound.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Here's Sura. Some solid defense from Maxey. 76ers trail by 10. Oubre passes to Maxey. Deflected. Here's Sura. Maxey covering. Claxton a screen on Maxey. Here's Sura. Rebound by Philadelphia. Bagley's got 7 rebounds in the game. Now here's Maxey to win the drought. And there's a 3-second violation.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, that's the kind of play that can earn you a spot on the bench.
That'll count. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets earning this break in the action, up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple and getting high percentage looks. And more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way right after this.
Halftime is here. And what better way to tip it off than to analyze the latest news on the trade front? So, fellas, what do you make of the news?
Well, it's definitely an interesting move, but Arnie, if I wanted to trade Kenny somewhere, would I have to run it by you first?
Wait, stop it, Shaq. No.
And turning back to our first half, things going well, extremely well for the Brooklyn Nets. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the 76ers. Trailing by 10. Nicholas Claxton out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Then there's Powell, and it's Sura in at the point. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Nets on D. Pass to Maxey. Six to shoot. And his 5th make of the game in 12 attempts.
I love the determination of Tyrese Maxey. Has turned himself into a natural scorer, and he is always hunting the next bucket.
Here's Sura. Shoots over Maxey. Offensive board. Screen by Claxton. Fires the 3. He buries it from 3. Sura's got 34.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
Maxey with a screen on Powell. Here's Edgecombe. Powell covers. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's on Nick Claxton.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic 2-handed slam. Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, BA, the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV.
Oh, I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler, of course.
That's even better answer.
The 3 from Edgecombe. Giannis with the rebound. Antetokounmpo has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this. Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
Yeah, when your lead guard is doing that, it just creates excitement.
Oubre finds Bagley. Pass to Edgecombe. Back to Bagley. Philadelphia moving it around. Philadelphia with another miss.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss.
Now here's Powell. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Here's Sura. There's this. Wow, with some power.
Wow, going to the top floor.
And this kind of sick slam is just one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game right now, B.A.
You know, there's an edge. The way they played, and a confidence they're not afraid to show. Here's Edgecombe. He has 6. Oubre, a screen on Powell. The 15-footer, and Edgecombe the bucket on the assist from Bagley. Edgecombe's got 8 points.
He's really carrying the load, but no man can do it all by himself.
Here's Sura, and there's another one for Brooklyn.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
76ers trail by 14. Down low, and stolen by Claxton. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Over to the wing. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Maxey. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
It's a great game plan, and it's great execution. They've really been in the zone.
Now here's Oubre. No points yet. Takes a 3. And it's Maxey missing.
They've shown the power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
The 3 is up. Offensive rebound. Here's Sura. He's got 42 to the paint. And the lob disrupted. Not to be. Oubre into the lane. And the bucket is good.
Oh, unreal play to take on the contact and get it to go.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
We're picking all the low-hanging fruit. Defenses these days want to concede the mid-range, and they're happy to take it.
Well, and how about the damage they've done attacking the basket? The defense has had no answers for how to slow them down in that area. I love the aggressiveness.
Brooklyn with the ball. After the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago.
Oh, excellent way to pad the lead.
Yeah, especially when it's your one throwing it down like that.
Yeah, when your lead guard is doing that, it just creates excitement.
Here's Edgecombe. Give him 8 points now. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And he makes the first. Saraf, he's checked in for Claxton. And he can't hit the second. Nets leading by 13. Here's Sura. And that one is hammered home.
Wow. I'll tell you, such an advantage having a playmaker who can get up to the rim and finish.
Now that is what every team wants.
And you can see how it energizes the entire team.
Here's Edgecombe. Following the bucket by Brooklyn. Pass to Meeks. Out to Oubre. 4-3. Hits a three-pointer. Oubre's got 5 points.
Embracing the role of a facilitator. That's really good stuff there by Maxey.
Brooklyn has gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Here's Sura. Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Pass to Maxey. Here's Meeks. Outside Maxey. Here's Bagley. Clock at 6. count the basket. Bagley's got 5 points in the quarter. Nets leading by 10. Powell, a screen on Maxey. Sura pass to Powell. Alley-oop up top, hammer it home.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. And it's the Sixers with the ball. The Nets making their last shot. The kick out to Maxey. Pass to Bagley. The three is up. Brooklyn pulls it in. At one point, they led by 16. Well, when this one's done, they'll be off to Miami, taking on the Heat. It'll be the front end of a 2-game road trip. Here's Sura. Buries it from three. Sura's got 49 in the game.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
To the middle. Oh, the big finish by Bagley.
Yeah, smart play there by Maxey. Opening things up for someone with the pick and roll.
Antetokounmpo, a screen on Maxey. Sura. Another one falls. Amazing. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy. Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. Philadelphia moving it around. Pass to Maxey. Releases. Brooklyn pulls it in. Sura's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It'll be on Marvin Bagley. Brooklyn shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. Both teams will make substitutions. Good on the second one. 76ers trail by 16. Laravia with a screen. Here's McCain. It's intercepted. 1:52 left to play in the third quarter here. Here's Sura. He drops it from range. Sura's got 55.
Another triple for him. 3 in the second half. 4 total. Keep shooting it.
Here's McCain. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
Well, I really like what I'm seeing from McCain here as a very young player in this league, showing you a lot of poise.
And both free throws good for McCain. Minute 32 left in the third quarter. Here's the pick. Here's Sura diving in. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Now that's how you rock the rim. Give him the 2 points and add a little style there as well.
Ridiculous. Now here's Porter. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, it's simple math. You've got to limit teams to 1 shot on your defensive end and then give yourself extra possession when you have the
Oh, a rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out, just going right for the slam.
Well, defensively, you've got to put a body on him. That guy will ruin you on the offensive glass.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. First one falls for him. Nembhard hits them both. And here are the Nets now. They're on a 15-6 run. Here's Sura. He's guarded by Nembhard. Three-pointer. And it's Sura missing. 76ers trail by 19. Nembhard into the lane. Got a piece of it. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Sura. What an incredible scoring. And got it! Another basket!
And with this tremendous night, he is tied for second most 60-point games in a season.
What a year he's having. Game after game, being able to score so effortlessly. Truly remarkable. Quarter from outside. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. They're feeling great. A 21-point lead. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. And don't go far. We'll be right back. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Edgecombe and McLean make up the perimeter. Jake LaRabia is out there with Green. And it's Nimhard in at the point guard. Position. And in recent years, Legs, we're seeing a lot of young teams having success. Also, depth playing big dividends. What's changed?
Well, I think with today's up-tempo style, more players have to cover more ground. It just makes sense that younger, deeper teams are better equipped to handle all that wear and tear.
Young players seem to be more welcome, too, in the NBA culture.
No doubt. They're going to get an opportunity sooner.
Here's Sura with the drive. Here's Saraf. Pass to Sura. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the lob.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. Iguodaro's gotten all 3 of his shots to fall. 3 for 3. On the wing, Nimhard. It's McCain on the wing. It's stolen away. Here's the break. Here's Sura. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Brooklyn. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Maxi's checked in. Here's Sura. Thomas outside. Drills it from deep. Thomas has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Boy, at the offensive end, Thomas is aggressive and confident.
Outside Maxi. And the layup is good off the glass.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
The Nets have gone 3 of 4 in the 4th and looking confident on offense. And there's the drive, and he dunks it down.
Getting up and then throwing it down.
Oh, that was a big hammer right there. The 76ers have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played now. Final quarter of regulation. And we've heard some coaches complain about short turnarounds on back-to-back legs. Would you like to see more done there?
Well, for those late starts when you arrive at the hotel at 2 or 3 in the morning and you've got to play the next night, those are certainly rough. But I feel like the league has done all